So welcome to the Design Studio 1 for the Bachelor at the Synthetic Landscape Lab, Institute of Urban Design, University of Innsbruck. Our brief this year is Biodigital ForestHUTS, and our faculty is composed by myself, Professor Claudio Pasquero for Landscape Architecture, and Anita Papeschi, Lisa Brunner, and Mattia Binezes. Please introduce yourself. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Anna Rita, and I'm a visiting researcher this year at the Synthetic Lab at the University of Innsbruck. I'm also a PhD candidate and a tutor at the Bachelor School of Architecture in London. My research focuses on post-digital participatory and collaborative design.
Hi, my name is Lisa. I'm a former graduate of the University of Innsbruck of the Synthetic Landscape Lab. My thesis project focused mainly on microalgae on the topic of climate change.
Hi, my name is Matthias. I'm also a former graduate at the University of Innsbruck, Institute of Urban Design. My research was about drone ecologies, where I used drones to 3D scan the landscape, to analyze it and to transform it.
So we will focus on architecture for human and non-human cohabitation. Although here we have an image of one of our research projects, the Super Tree, we will start from a critique of how we see ecology today. Please, Anna Rita.
Thanks. As a reflection of the emergent general demand for environmentally conscious living standards, alternative forms of inhabitation have recently expanded their eco-friendly offer with the colorful multiplication of new accommodations, ranging from glamping solutions to tree houses villages. But beyond the promise of a regenerative experience reconnecting the travelers and the natural environment, many cases were unveiled where the mass consumption of superficially greenwashed offer created significant waste management and energy consumption issues, with the result of new systemic pressure on already fragile ecosystems.
So projects like the one you see on the back challenge really this definition of ecology, and how through biotechnology we could create a different relationship with the environment. But how do we go about designing these ForestHUTS? We start from the observation that the current health crisis and pandemic has pushed almost all human relationships to the virtual. So starting from there, our studio will explore the relationship between dense flow of data, virtual data, and material world, between material and virtual, between human and non-human. The flow will almost entirely replace all other forms of architectural stimuli, including visual, spatial, and others. They will enable us to explore how indiscernible our material and digital world has currently become. The aim of the studio is to design a collection of radical digital design vision that we call ForestHUTS. This will be entirely virtual, but at the same, and also profoundly material, like the project we see here that start from data, both from satellite and from scanning of the site, and reappropriate the materiality of the alpine landscape. We propose the radical reimagination of the idea of eco and co-living. The ForestHUTS draws on a post-humanistic reconceptualization of our relationship with nature, where the shift from a human-centric perspective entails an approach to new inhabitation strategy as biodigital construct, catering beyond human needs. In such setting, the design act must take in consideration the systemic logic of the surrounding natural formation, like the one of the Alps, and the flow of water in different consistency that is mapped here, both in their living and non-living form, before designing strategy for their remetabolization as new inhabitable landscape. To achieve this goal, the studio will explore the notion of synthetic landscape, a design philosophy that encompasses all the process and system humans, animal, microbial, and digital, that are currently accelerating the transformation of our urban sphere. The site.
Our work this year will concentrate on the area of Burgruine Tower, which is located in the village of Tower, just a few kilometers outside of Innsbruck.
The site is prototypical in its relationship between an architecture not anymore inhabited by human and the biological landscape that has been taking over this architectural system. We will explore how this relationship has been developing by starting to map some of the biological presence on site: trees, fungi, moss, and other form of microorganisms. This will bring us to the design methodology. The first step of the design methodology investigates how we can draw nature with digital technology, achieving a new architectural morphogenesis, working from large-scale 3D scanning to algorithmic modeling.
The studio will explore the world of 3D scanning using a special technique called photogrammetry. Now, if photography turns our 3D world in a two-dimensional picture, photogrammetry does the reverse. A specific software compares or processes many photos, pictures, and with a process called triangulation, it extrapolates the shape of the captured object, creating a 3D point cloud, which is a large collection of points. In this studio, you will explore and learn both how to use a drone equipped with a camera and how to use a normal regular camera to scan a landscape and various plants and trees. You will learn how to use the point clouds to process and evaluate the raw data, how to represent the captured data, and how to analyze its features.
The initial study based on 3D scanning technique will explore the systemic nature of the site. Following a test design methodology, we will use specific algorithmic drawing techniques, such as the one that you see here, to analyze the point cloud, decode the site datascape, and to unfold the mechanism of its life cycle. Further, the studio will investigate the behavior and performance of local alpine essence scanned on site, exploring mechanism of growth, nutrient flow, and oxygen formation of the plants through digital simulation that will try to create a first correlation between natural and artificial system on the site of choice. Design methodology, drawing nature with digital technology, living architecture from biometric data to algorithmic modeling.
In addition, with the aim of adding to the high-res 3D scan of the area a layer of information regarding spatial perception, we will conduct an experiment of psychogeographic mapping. Making use of sensing Arduino technology, we will collect galvanic skin response, an indicator of the emotional status of individuals, also used in lie detection. GSR information will be gathered during short group walks and visualized during in situ group discussions, exploring the modes of reconfiguration of group knowledge through the experiential act of walking. The results will be collected in a rich visual index, layering the 3D imagery with the diverse affective reactions to the site. By deconstructing human sensations and the landscape morphology to the same binary code, the site analysis will de facto open up the possibility for human-non-human conversation to be further developed through speculative design scenarios. Design
outcome. So we will explore design idea starting from tree shaping and hybrid lightweight construction, as well as the relationship that we can see here between biological and digital matter. The studio will further work to produce radical vision for the temporary inhabitation of the site. This vision will spring from the observation of the organism on the site and from the 3D scanning of the morphology present on the site, as the one you see here. We'll generate a proposal that we consider a form of prosthetic element of nature and artificial environment.
Similarly to the Climate Lab, which is shown here, we are looking to develop an architecture that acts as a resilient system. Resilience in this case describes the capability of a system to react to change and continue to develop, all based on the transformations in the environment. The Climate Lab works with microalgae as the main design material. The design is based on the assumption that with crises like climate change or the current pandemic, science has expanded in a way that transforms the whole world into a laboratory. We are all part of this so-called worldwide lab. It is all about education. As we are all part of what is happening, we all need to know how to live with this forever changing environment around us. The overall outcome was shaped by extracting data from the site and transforming that data into visual codes and sets of lines. Working on this data, analyzing and intersecting different sets of it, defined the location and the overall shape of the outcome.
We will develop strategy that encourage the emergence of distributed system rather than centralized one, or transparent system rather than zone ones. We will investigate drawing and projects like the one you have seen here that create a relationship between the natural and the artificial world, starting by the observation of microorganisms that populate the landscape. The architecture that will emerge will be cyborgian in some way. Our goal will be to test how architectural speculation can today become, once again, relevant in promoting true radical transformation in the way we conceive temporal land occupation and the way we create relationship between ecology, architecture, and landscape. So thank you from the team at the Biodigital ForestHUTS. We look forward to work with some of you in the next weeks. For any question, feel free to contact us or our Innsbruck University email. If the other don't have anything to add, I think we can say bye. Nice to stay with you for a bit. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.